Welcome back, everyone. We got part 2 of the Silvia transmission swap, I guess, for the new one that we got, because reverse and fifth is blown. If you haven't checked out the last video, go check it out. But so far, we're a full day in. What I actually have to do now is we're ready to pull off the transmission. I got most of the bell housing bolts cracked off. Let's give it a shot and see how it goes. So first things first, I got a light. Look at that. Look at the light it makes. It's a huge LED light, brights like that area is, you can see everything now. Before it was, not lit up. So what I did is I went through it and I got, these are the bell housing bolts. If you look, here's the transmission cross member or transmission mount. These are all loose. The bolts all along the transmission bell housing bolts, they're all cracked. So they're all cracked loose. I'm not sure why, but I had to use, luckily I have a bunch of, actually that's not the right one, I don't know where it is. Maybe I put it away last night in my tools like I should have. So all I did is go around, like this one here is finger tight. Actually this side, you can see it's a lot darker without that light. Now I'm having an issue. If you look way up, like my hand can barely fit up there, but it's way up. Touching one of the top bolts. There's one up there that you have to get, and typically people, what they'll do is they'll use extensions, and they'll have a couple extensions go from way back here all the way up there, and you can get them. Now I don't know how, but yesterday I was able to use some of my sockets and I was able to actually get it up there and crack it loose, which was nice. Another way to do it is we loosen these off, we put a jack under it and we lower it down. So more and more dirt, jeez, I just this is the worst part, it's all the dirt. Yeah, but like I was saying, most people, what they'll do is they'll actually drop this down and you'll pull it down with a jack and it allows you to have room to get in there. So if I can't reach those, that's what I'm gonna do. I don't feel like using extensions. I'm gonna try it a different way this time. So let's get this drive shaft pulled out. Oh, by the way, all the wiring is pulled off. All I did was undo it there and I pushed it all up into this compartment there. There's just one there for the, I think this is reverse. And then this is speed here. And then there's one more for, what would it be called? I thought there was another one. Am I losing it? Yeah, I don't know. Oh well, doesn't matter. Let's get this drive shaft pulled out. No! Get a bucket! Ah! I just put fresh cardboard out! No! That's a gross mess. I just put a fresh sheet of cardboard out and that happens, but what can you do? I guess you're working on greasy cars, that's what happens. I'll make sure that this doesn't leak into there. Move you over a bit. We'll let it all leak onto this cardboard and then we'll just replace it with a new sheet. Maybe I can get away without using cardboard, we'll see. I just don't really like getting mucky. But I'll let this kind of dribble out and then we can start to lower that guy down. So one thing I'm thinking I'm gonna need if I want to continue sort of shooting videos is a GoPro, because right now I'm using my camera and it's super hard to be like right under a vehicle and being able to use one hand, and then I can't really set this up anywhere because if I put it, it just kind of looks funny. So I think what I'm gonna do is just try crack all these bolts off and then I'll just continue recording after that. Okay, so as you just saw in the last clip there, I removed all of the bolts from this side except for that top one, which I should be able to get once it's bent down. It's pretty easy. So I got all these done all around. I pulled off the slave cylinder, pushed it up there for now. If we come around this side, I got most of these ones done, all along here. And then all I have is 12 mil here, 12 mil here, and hey, let's get the light over here. A bit more light would help out, hey? There we go. And one more 12 mil at the top, just like the other side, very hard to get. However, I think with the with the whole manifold off on this side, it's actually, I can reach it like I'm touching it right now pretty easy. So even if, I should be able to actually get the stubby guy, my stubby one in there to get those out. So that actually won't be too hard. I'll quickly pull these off and then we can start, we can go in the car and pull off the shifter from above. So let's quickly do that. Okay, so we're finally ready to pull out the top part of this. I'm gonna pull out this really ugly freaking shift knob, which I'm not really understanding why it doesn't want to come out as one piece. Pull off this guy. We can undo the I think they're called C-clips or snap rings. Oh, well, that's why the fans weren't working. They weren't plugged in. That's so funny. So I gotta figure out which one of these wires goes where, because like, look at this mess. What the heck is going on in here? What on earth? There's so much crap. I gotta get that cleaned up, I guess. So off comes, oh, there's a couple of ghetto looking grounds down there. Off this comes is just 4 10mm bolts in each corner, and then there's, pull this guy off and there's a C-clip and you can punch it out with a screwdriver or use some snap pliers, or snap ring clips, sorry. Screwdriver, prying at one side and the snap ring's holding it in place, got it, and you just go boom, it's out. Put that guy aside. So inside there, this is actually an easy way to fill up your transmission if you don't want to pump it in from underneath. So before I put the new shifter on, I'm actually going to fill my transmission up through here. I do have to swap this part off and put it on the other transmission since it doesn't have the shifter linkage, I think because the guy had a short shifter in it before. So basically I'll pull this off and that's it. We'll go underneath, we'll jack the car up, or we'll jack the transmission up, do it freely so we can get those top 2 bolts that I couldn't get out before. Alright, so here's the way I got it. I couldn't actually get the attachment to go from back here to into here unless I dropped it a bit more, jacked up the front of the car. So I found out that, I guess I've done this in the past, you can get a wrench on it. Now these wrenches, this style here, it wouldn't fit over, just like my socket. It won't fit because it's all rusty and whatnot. But I tried this other wrench I have right here. Same thing, same wrench, 12mm, and it fits right on like butter. Alright, so I'm going to take a quick beer break again. Now an issue I'm having is it's only one guy, just me, trying to pull out this transmission. I'm looking around and I know they're about 70 pounds. I lifted up the one that's on the ground right there, so I'm going to see if I can wiggle it out, maybe put a transmission in the front and me in the back, or not transmission, a jack, sorry, in the front, and then I'll be in the back wiggling, but 70 pounds, and if it clicks off really quick, it'll be pretty scary. So I'm gonna see if maybe I can just, I tried doing it by myself without a jack, and I couldn't get it to wiggle too much because I couldn't get it to push up quite enough. And I mean, my back's on bare ground, which also doesn't help either. So I'm gonna give it one more shot with a jack, and if I can't get it, what I'll have to do is I'll probably have to just wait till a friend can come over. I'm just gonna continue enjoying a quick beer here and then get right back at it. So, I mean, I love looking at this car, it's beautiful. I'm excited to get driving it next weekend. So I got 5 days now before the first event, which is really exciting. So, right, so I'm just gonna go for it. I'm gonna get under here on the other side. I'm gonna wiggle the back, well that supports the front. Should, in theory, I should be able to twist this and then it'll lower down once I have it, and then I can basically pull it out. So I got it. There she is. Okay, so that was fun. I've got the transmission lowered on the ground now. Pretty much what I had to do is get this side halfway down so that this part at the top of the transmission basically cracked, and then I was able to basically pull it backwards a bit at that point. With a bit of pulling, a bit of wiggling from here, not back there, this will actually pull off and seem to work pretty good. So we'll pull it out and take a look at it and see how it actually looks. All right, so it's out of the car. We'll get the light on it. Light's always good. Let's see here. Come on, Mr. Light. There we go. We have a block under wood under it, so it doesn't kind of wreck anything under there. But so what we got to pull off is this mount. I believe it's just two 12mm bolts. This will pull it all off. We can just do the same thing, putting it back on the other transmission. The next thing we have to pull off, I probably will have to pull off this plug here, and I'll probably have to pull off one of the other plugs and put it on the other transmission. I might do the speed sensor as well. I think that's what this is. I'm pretty sure this is speed. I know one's reverse and one's neutral safety. So I know I don't need one of them, which is neutral safety.